What's the first thing that a newborn does? A newborn child, the first thing it does is cries. So crying is the first thing that a child learns, and the learning process continues throughout. In fact, that's why the concept is of lifelong learning. But all learning is not successful. Any training manager would know that. Everyone is concerned about the investment made in training and whether it is getting the desired results. There are many models to find it out, what is the impact and so on. My area of interest is not that. My area of interest is how to make training impactful, how to make training successful. For that, I have made a few laws of learning, which I have chosen to call Dhir's laws of learning. My first law is law of necessity. You will learn only if there is a great felt need. If you are not interested in learning, your company sends you for learning, you are not there. You are there but not there. But only if you are interested in it, there's a great felt need, there's a burning desire, chances are half the battle is won. So the first law is the law of necessity. The second law is the law of readiness. The more you learn, the more you realize how little you know. One lifetime is grossly inadequate to learn even a fraction of what is worth learning. So if you go into a learning mode by the concept or the philosophy of I know it all, what is that guy going to tell me and so on, chances are you won't learn a thing. For a learner, you have to have the humility of a learner. That you get once you realize there's a lot more to learn. You can pick up anything from anywhere, anyway. The third law of learning is a bit of a tongue twister. This is law of unlearning. It goes something like this. Unless you learn to unlearn what you may have learned earlier, you cannot learn what you need to learn today. Yes, you got me right. This is law of unlearning. Unlearning is a lot more difficult than learning. If you look around in your organization, it is not difficult to get brilliant ideas. But problem is to get rid of silly ideas. That is unlearning. Similarly, in your life, it is easy to get a new habit, but to get rid of a habit is hard. That is unlearning. Unlearning takes effort. Let's look at it like this. Suppose you have a glass full of water and you want to drink milk in this, you got to throw the water out. That is unlearning. Fourth and the most critical law is what I call law of action. Unless you learn to act on what you have learned, you haven't learned anything at all. Learning is with a purpose, and that purpose is achieved only when you take action. There are a whole lot of people who know a lot, but that is not good enough. Good enough is what you do. So law of action is the most critical action in learning. For this, I'm going to request you to resign your membership of NATO. Have you wondered what is NATO? Certainly not North Atlantic Treaty Organization. My NATO stands for no action, talk only. There are a lot of people do a lot of talking, but when it gets down to doing, they are just not taking the proverbial first step of a 1,000-mile journey. If you use these 4 laws of learning, chances are your learning would be effective. Good luck. Thank you.